like, how come I didn't see it yet? So I'm over it. But it was really exciting. Thanks to John, you know, he really had faith in me. So, like, he made me feel so comfortable. So, you know, during the whole movie, it was just like a blast.
This is the biggest project I've ever done, so it's completely different. I got to work with an unbelievable cast and crew and a great director and made a lot of new friends from this project. So it's just really exciting and it was super fun the whole time.
What about your working with the choreographers? I mean, you guys had amazing.
I know, we had like 3 of the best. I mean, Dave Scott was a little bit harder for me. It was some new stuff. Hi-hat, of course, she's crazy, she's best choreographer ever. And then Jamal and I really clicked with the choreography. It's a little bit more like my style when I started with him.
This time I've done a lot of choreography for like Beyonce, for little choreography for Janet. I've danced for a lot of people. So, and I'm an underground dancer, so I battle, I vogue, you know, I teach every now and then. So
can you show some of your moves?
Get out of the way. Shoot them in action.
So something, get a little taste. Oh.
Back at the USC campus, the library gave the highest honor to an adapted screenplay. This year, Joel and Ethan Coen picked up the honor for No Country for Old Men. Veteran screenwriter Steve Zalian picked up the Literary Achievement Award. The dean of the library spoke to us about the importance of books in film.
It's an indication of how books are so pervasive even today in the age of technology, that a lot of screenplays still originate from books, and the Scripter Award really recognizes the best film adaptation of a book, and we are still about books.
And in Beverly Hills, Casey Affleck talked to us about the excitement of being nominated for an Oscar.
And as a kid and watching the Oscars and it was always very exciting, and you'd see people that you know who were kind of idols of yours, and so it feels it's sort of surreal.
I'm Danya Burakoff from the University of Southern California for OSTN News.
In November, the members of the Writers Guild of America walked out in protest over royalties. So far, negotiations have been unsuccessful. However, we hear a resolution should soon be made between union officials and studio bosses. Today, as an OSTN News poll, we asked Clevelanders how they felt on this subject and what their thoughts were on a resolution.
It doesn't affect me that much. I think Saturday Night Live is the one that I miss the most.
It is not. I watch a lot of PBS.
I don't really watch a whole lot of TV, but it definitely kind of stinks that you can't watch new content. But on the other hand, I think it's good that the writers are standing up for what they want because they deserve to be paid too, just like everybody else who's involved in the production.
I'm not necessarily upset about it, but I will say that certainly the entertainment value of our evenings has changed from watching our favorite shows to reading more books, which may be a good thing, actually.
I think the writers are probably putting themselves at a disadvantage the longer it goes on, since the directors have settled. I'm not sure where the Screen Actors Guild will come in, but I'm sure they'll probably agree to similar terms to the directors, and that leaves the writers by themselves. I think the writers overreached a little bit.
I like TV a lot. I hope it all works out the best for everyone so that the writers get what they want and we can have shows again.
It doesn't really affect me. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I know that reality shows are getting a lot more attention with the writer's strike going on, so I've been watching more of those when I do watch TV.
I feel bad for all the people that depend on the industry, like the chefs and the designers that make clothes and the people who do the hotels and the convention. That's who I really feel sorry for. I don't care about the writers, but I feel sorry for the people that are behind the writers.
The talent.
The talent that they need to keep that industry going.
And the people that pay the writers need to not be so selfish and work out a negotiation with the writers to resolve the problem.
There's more OSTN News to come. Don't go away.
Dating and hooking up, it's not always fun and games. That was the big lesson during Columbia College Chicago's recent game show night. The theme, serious entertainment. The game, sexual jeopardy. Damon Maloney reports.
Remember to answer in the form of a question.
The categories aren't typical because this is sexual jeopardy.
Oh. Dishonorable discharge. Can you guys guess what that is? STDs, STIs. 9 months too late, that's birth control.
These Columbia College students are talking about STDs.
Classification of STD can be treated but as of right now, there is no cure.
What is herpes?
Yes.
HIV and AIDS are part of the mix. Columbia's Director of Counseling Services, Tanya Woods, organized the game show.
We just consider the numbers of people who are contracting it, the number of people who are dying from it, the transmission. I mean, there's so many important factors, and it just hits us like a whirlwind. We have no choice but to get involved.
Along with questions and answers, students learned how to properly use a condom.
One thing is to leave room and pinch the top when you're putting it on.
Organizers even handed them out.
We call them condom sickles.
In 2005, the Chicago Department of Public Health reported 333 new HIV diagnoses in the 13 to 29 age group, accounting for 42% of all new cases.
It's migrated from being a disease of gay men in their 30s to a disease mostly heterosexual and moving younger.
Dr. Blair Odlin is director at Sage Medical Group and works at Columbia's Health Center. He's practiced medicine for 25 years and currently works with HIV and AIDS patients.
We try to ask people who come here for whatever reason about their sexual behaviors and encourage safe sex.
Students say they left with a message.
I didn't know half the stuff they were asking, honestly. So I think, yeah, it was informative.
A lot of it was stuff that I had heard before, but it just kind of reinforced it.
Lessons learned using a little fun. Damon Maloney for OSTN News.
Now, organizers say just by talking about the intimate subject, students are more likely to think before they act. That's our show for this week. Remember, you can get your OSTN news anytime at OSTN.tv.
We'll see you next week.